It's your boy. And I know the ladies and them start the ball a rolling concerted there. How to put it? The weight loss, fat loss challenge that boy. So you know how the thing set. You know how the thing go. So on location, you know what happened. And I want to invite all the spexy burn team ladies, all the ladies on the page to our, how to put it, fat loss challenge around Christmas time, you know the thing set. And all you want to not eat. All you going to eat it. Big up Chica on the inside, man. Much love. So today, we're talking about improving your condition. So ladies, I'm sure, well, you can see me, right? I'm sure you're walking down the road and a man say, oh, that's all your condition, boy. You know what I mean? And I don't think you understand what condition it is. So, we're going to talk about condition and we're going to talk about the importance of compound movements when you're looking to improve your physique. Yeah? So, condition really, in the term of physique, is your leanness. You know what I mean? I know that when you see, oh, this girl a condition, you're talking about something else. But conditioning really and truly means technically how lean you are in order to see the muscle separations, that kind of thing. Right? So the importance of conditioning and compound movements. So people, conditioning and compound movements. We're talking about the squat, bench press, or like the dumbbell press. We're talking about multi-joint movements. Right? So again, remember to like global page. Remember. Right now, it has somebody guiding you out there. Right? Remember people to like Spexy page. You know, big up the Sweaty Sunday. So ladies, if you're interested, as you see the ladies on Spexy page enjoying themselves, feel free to message the page if you want to get on board in the aerobics. So that would help in your condition. Right? So conditioning, when coming to physique, is your leanness, your muscle to fat ratio. Right? So you will see people saying in bodybuilding shows, that person need a little more conditioning, that means you need to diet a little bit more. So I know ladies looking to get the abs in, all the ladies looking to see the separation, that is important for such things. Yeah? Big up yourself. Chica, are we talking about conditioning? Right. So people, compound lifts. So we're talking about the squat, the lunge, the deadlift, the shoulder press, bench press, multi-joint movements. Right? So we want to be able to use as much joints as possible. So when we do a press, we're using the elbow, the shoulder, the core. Right? We do a pull-up, that's a multi-joint. We do a dip, that is a multi-joint. Free squats, dumbbell squats, barbell squats, kettlebell squats. Anything that carries your body against gravity, you're using multiple joints. Yeah? So, when we talk about improving your condition, the previous slides we spoke about body composition, fat mass, BMI, that kind of thing. So you know you will hear people talking about these kind of scenarios and not putting into perspective where do we use these measurements, right? And that people dying in the back here, right now, they do a compound movement long time. Yes, so the kettlebell dumbbell you could and goblet. So goblet is you hold the dumbbell like this, and then go down, right? Big up yourself, right? Wide leg squats, very good. We utilize those for inner thigh, glute activation, that kind of thing. So BMI, as we spoke about in the last dietary intervention, made simple. Make sure to check out the videos, right? We always use the BMI to see how much room we have, right? So if my BMI is 25, I am not supposed to put on any more weight, whether it be fat or muscle, because I would now be putting pressure on my joints, my organs, and it would impede my longevity. So the BMI we use to gauge where our body is at in total mass. Yeah? So the BMI that we talked about the last time, we use that to measure where we are in the spectrum. Over 25, big up yourself. Kalisha Jones, big up yourself. Right? So the BMI in regards to conditioning, right? The BMI, once you're over 25, you are overweight. Right? So if you're at the top of your weight, which would be 25 in a BMI, now you would be thinking about getting into some kind of dietary intervention or dietary protocols in which for you to lose some body fat. Yeah? So we want to use the information we given, like BMI, waist to hip ratio, and try to give you all some basic information of how to apply these measurements. So you're walking in the drugstore and you get a little token, you put in the token, the machine spits out your height, and then it spits out your weight, and then it tells you your BMI. There's a lot of those in those drugstores. Right? Simple, I think $2 or something for a token. Right? When it spits out your BMI and it is over 25, that means you need to focus on conditioning. Yes? So this is where the word conditioning comes into play in regards to building a better physique. So you start off with your BMI, and according to where you are at your BMI, you will decide, okay, now it is time for me to do some more cardio. Sweaty Sundays. We have a free aerobics class on a Sunday. Big up Chica J, right? And we have to take into consideration how much calories we take in. People, please keep the food simple. If we know we're gonna get into losing some fat because now our BMI is over and we want to focus on our health, it's not about aesthetics if your health is in jeopardy. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go stand up on the scale, we're gonna see what our BMI is. When we figure out what our BMI is, we now need to know if our BMI is 25 and above. 25 is the top end. After that, you're overweight. But if your BMI is below that, so let's say your BMI is 19, or your BMI is below 90. Right? Let's say your BMI is below 19. That you are in a perfect position to put on some muscle, because now you have from 19 to 25. That is a lot of body weight to play with so that you could put on some muscle. So it's not just about people being overweight. We're trying to optimize and correct certain misconceptions being perpetuated on social media. Right? So if you're now joining us, make sure this Burn Team Global, we're doing it real serious. So, compound lifts, squat, lunge, deadlift, bench press, dips, pull-ups, all the nice good things, right? We want to do as much of these as possible where we work more than one muscle group, right? Forget about the heavy weight and focus on how many compound movements we can achieve with good form. Yes? So, Chica, all the people at the live, remember we having a weight loss, actually a fat loss challenge, $500. And we were in the first day of the year 2022. Yeah? So I want you guys to go to Bertie page if you're interested. Make sure you don't leave a comment on the inside or on the inbox. Yeah? And if you all are interested, it already started. I know these girls, these Bertie ladies are very competitive. Chica competitive personality. I see it's very competitive, right? So cheer these ladies on, and these ladies are at very, very optimum weight. So for somebody who is already a BMI of 19 or a BMI of 21, 22, and for them to try to lose 10 pounds is a challenge, right? So it will be very interesting to see. So again, if we want to improve our conditioning, we need to address the calorie intake. We need to do more compound lifts to improve our muscle so that we could regulate when we lose the body fat. We could regulate how we keep the weight off. A lot of trainers are teaching people how to lose weight, or they get a client and they teach them or they carry them through a weight loss protocol, and they do not carry them through a maintenance phase. Right? So the next live I will talk about maintenance and increasing muscle, being natural and not enhanced. So if we're thinking Rasta, we natural, right? And how to do it more effectively, and we want to be more healthy. Yeah? So, it's your boy. We God.